Hi, this is Val with Folk Art Wings. I thought I'd sit down to my little table that I do work at on my junk journals and, other crafting and so on. It's just 36 inches by 19 inches. It's loaded, as you can see, with materials. And I'm going to try and do pages, decorate book pages that I'm using anything that's on this table. Now, I added to the table a few things, some washi tape, little fussy cuts, and some photos. But basically, this is what I sit down to when I work at my table. I've got a basket and another box to my side. Then I have little prepped things. I don't do mask making. I like my journals to be one of a kind and unique and special. So I might do a few pages that I know I've picked out that I'm going to put in this journal that I'm going to be working on. I'll do the cover in another video so you can see where I'm headed, but it's in earth tones. The book pages that I'm using, some are rag paper, they're very old. They might need some reinforcing. I do love the color. I do like gluing down. What I do is I take the double pages that are sewn in a book like this, and they're still attached, and I fold them in, and I do a stack of those out of a book. And then I go through a stash of usually paperback books that have single tier pages. But with this one, I decided to just take two pages that were already together that I tore out where they were sewn in. And if you turn a page upside down, so you're looking at the wording upside down, when you fold it down in half, the words are the right side up. So always start with your page upside down, the one that you're manipulating. Now, I've got it right side up on the back here. I could take in, but usually I use paperback books for this to do my pockets because it's so much harder to use them throughout a journal unless you use them for swatches and that kind of thing. I've got an old book here. It's from second edition, 1933. A lot of writing in it. I've read the writing. It was really good advice. I love it. The book is called Fishers of Men. A gal named Elizabeth gave it to someone else, and because the handwriting has changed. And the one that's written throughout, they did it in pencil so you could erase it. But I like that history in book pages, so I leave it. But anyways, it has some great advice. I really loved looking through the whole thing. It's rag paper. They are sewn in signatures. So all you have to do is when you find the center, this is old, I could go in and clip the threads there. But normally you find the center and you'll see these threads right here. And it's usually like 2 threads. And so you just need a seam ripper from any sewing notion supply company, Amazon, Walmart. If you don't have those, there's plenty of like Amazon, you can order it online. You just put this through the threads and pop them, and then pull the double pages out. And this is such a lovely book. I love it. Anyways, and a lot of times I do sit down and read the books that I've gotten from a yard sale or in my stash from years ago. What I used to do is the opposite of what we need our books now. What I used to do, I should get an example out of the attic, is my husband would glue all the pages together in a book. I'd paint the outside, and then I'd do decorative painting to the top cover, and we would like Christmas scenes and so on, and we would sell those like hotcakes at some of the retail shows. It was just a quick pick-me-up item, and I enjoyed doing the painting, and my husband liked being able to be helpful, and, we make a good team that way. But anyways, now I want ones inside, and those are all I do have a sample left, and I try to keep one of the things that I've made over the years. I have started letting go of first editions of some of the things I've got. And so anyways, we're going to sit down and do a little session here. Um, I don't know how to do all the editing tricks to videos. So it's kind of fast forward if you don't want to hear me talking before you see me start walking. Okay, so I'll be quiet except for to walk you through what I'm doing here. I've got a lot of things on the desk, the table. It's an old sewing table, like I said, very small, but it does the trick for me. I've got it under a window. I've got my iPad overhead that I'm filming with. And so I'm going to go with an earth tone theme with, I think this one, because I like the transition of color on this one. Let's see, these need to be glued down. This is very old paper. It's very old, from the 40s, during the war, and the paper quality doesn't hold up well, but it is something, if you glue it and double it up, triple it up, you can use it in your junk journals. It works very well. I like to put trims on the edges if I'm having troubles with the book looking a little fragile. Sometimes I'll just cut it back a little bit. Let's see if this one's flipping up there. Glued down. We'll go ahead and glue that too, because it's partially glued. Okay, now, what am I going to do with these pages here that we see? Want them to have kind of an earthy look. I want to use any kind of trims I've got. I've got pictures. Let's see. I want something in contrast. I have these two sisters pictures that I think are kind of funny. She looks kind of good there, doesn't she? Let's see, what could we put behind her? Do you want anything behind her? She's kind of cut off. Her sister was beside her. But if I put her to the edge, it kind of looks like, you know, so of course she only has one foot. That's so typical. I think I'll put the trim on top. Yeah, I like that. I could turn it this way. Okay, this is paper out of a notebook, a very old one. It was about 4 by 7 inches in size. And when I took the pages out, I dyed them. And it's got glue on the back here. Of course, the glue's no good. But I'm going to glue her down. I really like that. Do I want something behind her, though? I've got strips of baking sheet paper. Let's see. Kind of blends in, but it does give me texture. And I do want to use this on the side. Not cover her up, but kind of like she's, you know, so you don't notice the one foot. The other foot could be hiding back there. Do I want to turn it so the holes are facing out? Yeah, I do. I like that better, don't you? Well, of course you can't tell me, but anyways, yeah, I like that. Okay, that's what's going down. I'm going to use my liquid glue. One of my favorite glues is Elmer's Extreme. I use it for everything that I can't use a glue stick with. It works on fabric. I've used it with metal, wood, you name it, it works. I was going to get my stapler and bring it over here because when I do a lot of bulky things, I want to be able to I tend to want to just staple them down in a swatch patch kind of thing. That's enough. You don't have to put too much glue on these things for them to stay down. Okay, and I like the trim on this. Make sure I get glue all the way down. I hope I'm in frame. I did this already, this whole thing, before, and used up some of the great supplies that I had. And I'll show that one to you, but I had it down at too low to record. So that was a bust. Isn't this cute? This is my mother-in-law holding my husband. And I thought I'd use that in one of my journals. I've got the little photo corners. I picked them up at a yard sale. So I'm going to put those on it. I thought this was so cute. They're bundled up, but I love her sweater. And it's got kind of a lacy edge here. It's double-breasted, and it's got like a crocheted inset. And that's part of all the knitting or crochet that it was, you know, whatever technique they used to make that sweater. I just absolutely love that thing. And look how it fits her so nicely. So cute. She's got a little hat on. Just cute. Anyway, so I think that's a good start on that. I don't know that I want to do anything else to it. I probably should have reinforced this a little bit. Let's see if I've got washi tape here. Is this too busy? You might hear the sirens in the background. We're close to the fire station. Our rescue squad and fire department, we have paid fire department, but our rescue is all volunteer from the community. They really deserve applause. My mother's in her 90s, and we've had to call upon them. And my father stayed with my father and my mother during the last 4 to 5 months of my father's life. I lived down the street, but I spent the days there. And he was an incredible person, an incredible patient. My dad dedicated himself to serving the country and then served the Lord as a pastor for the other half of his life. Anyways, let's move on to this page now. I have butterflies. You can't see the difference here like you can here. So I think I'll do a little inking. Let's see if there's enough on this edge. Yep. I'm going to go around this corner. This is an old makeup brush, makeup sponge. I don't know why you would use one, but anyways, how you would use it, I don't know. But my daughter bought me a bag of those, and that works pretty good if I want to do some staining. I might want to do some swatches back here. That butterfly does look good with that line of thought. And I could do a swatch of this. Would carry on over here. Of course, this might not be my center page of a signature, so it doesn't matter what's over here really, but I want to kind of flow through the whole journal with this neutral look. And I got this fussy cut this butterfly out of a butterfly book. I did buy the washi tapes that I use. Of course, I bought my glues, but most of my stuff is, you know, what's available around I use hole punch scissors, pens, pencils, you know, glue sticks. They're mostly things that you have for your children to do crafts at home, or just supplies that you might need sometime. Let's see, I've got tea bag I could use. Tea bag paper. So this one's not been opened up, it's doubled. I think I might use it that way. Okay, that is a go. Let me get my stapler. I don't know why I didn't bring that over. Okay, here we go. When it gets bulky like this, I have crinkly paper, you know, things like that. I think it's better to staple them together as a safeguard, and then I put my liquid glue on the back. I'm going to put a lot around my staple and then some of the edges that show. I could put it in the center. I think I'll put it in the center. That's pretty. That looks good. Okay, we've got those done. Made that quick and easy, didn't it? I might add a little ruffle. I might add a ruffle down this side. Let's see, I don't have any pockets to decorate on the back right now, but I think I probably will add them. That's kind of cute. Might make a good centerpiece. Okay, let's move on to another one. All right, this is double pages, and what I did was, if you put your paper upside down, your book page upside down, and fold it this way down to make your pockets, and then attach them to the double page back here. I usually use paperback pages here for that because you really can't use the paperback pages. You've got to go through the process of attaching them to something in the middle so they have a seam. I hope I've got this in frame. We're going to start on another double page. I'm using all of the supplies that I have on my little table. It's only 19 by 36. I've got it loaded up with piles of materials. I could remove some of this. I don't really need it, but I like having, you know, a grouping of supplies and make myself focus and use only what's on the table instead of going and, you know, fetching something else. So now I can keep this as a flip up for writing space if I want. The paper here is a little fragile. So what I do when it becomes fragile like that is I can fold this piece, okay, bring it down. Now I have a pocket here and a pocket here. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Take this corner, take it to the fold line, fold it down, and then you've got your pocket. So this time I'm going to glue down the flap. This is on my pocket flip up, okay? Now, bring it down. I need to glue it down the seam and along the bottom edges. Oh, I didn't need to do that. That's typical. A good thing about all I needed to do was glue it down the center. And now I've got sticky glue here and I don't need it there. Sorry about that. I hope I'm in frame. Here, I keep saying that too. Okay, now we've got a pocket here and we've got a pocket here. I did do a grouping of pages with pockets at one sit down one time, and they're all stacked right here. I don't like to do any decorating until it's time to match it to a journal, and these are for a special journal that I am doing earth tones in. I'll show you the cover when it's time to make the cover. That'll be part of this project. So I'm going to kind of go through one journal with some examples of how I work and the way I like to do things. With this area, you know, the pages are the same color, so I think they need to be inked a little. So I'm just going to rub this sponge along the edges. Makes a little bit of a difference. Oops. Let's glue that down again. We can fix anything with glue and old paper, right? Okay. Now this is starting to dry. That's a good thing about glue sticks. They don't stay wet like wet glue. So when you make a mistake, sometimes there's some maneuverability here. If I'm going to go with the earth tones, I would like to put some kind of a decoration here. Um, I could use, let's see, I have these, but they're kind of, you know, in your face. They're from calendars. I think I should do some swatching maybe. This is a candy bar packaging. And so I'm just going to tear a strip of the brown off. Tear this edge too. Not sure exactly how I'm going to use it right this minute. But if you tear away, you don't get a white edge. But if you tear towards you, which I did there, you get a white edge. So I'll tear that off again. I could use that as a trim on the side. I could use it as a trim here. I could put a trim up at the header. I kind of want something here. So I like the idea of that. I've already used part of a tea bag, so we could continue that theme. Let's see, I'll just tear it here. If I wanted tea bag on it, and it's been tea stained from the tea bag, from the tea in the tea bag. I have fabric swatches that I can use too. So I could put a little piece of fabric on here. Let's see, I took book pages and just drew around butterfly shapes and then hand cut them. I've glued 2 pages together and then I inked the outside edge. So I think that's kind of a cute addition, showing you that you can use what you've got on hand. If you don't have any fabric, don't put fabric there. Put something else. Maybe that's enough right there. We really don't need anything else. You could take a little bit of packaging paper, and sometimes I use the little teeny scraps still as I'm working through what I'm going to do here. So we've got 3 layers there and a butterfly. So I'm going to staple those together. Like I said, I like things that are bulky with a staple them together, and then I use a wet glue, which, you know, I'm using my Elmer's, my favorite wet glue. This one's almost empty. Come on. Clock's a ticking. There we go. Okay, let me tighten that up. Close it. And I prop it upside down when it's getting low. Oh, upside down. I think that's kind of cute. It reinforces that pocket edge. And then we have this pocket, like I said. Now on this side, if I was using this as the center of a signature, I definitely want some balance between the 2 pages, but I'm not sure where I'm going to put this within the signature, and I doubt if it will be my centerpiece. I don't know, it might be, but I want to do something that coordinates over here. I have this strip of stamps. That's kind of cute. I mean, that's kind of cute. Or I could put it at the top of the page. Yeah, it would fit on the top of the page, wouldn't it? I could put that there. This is a little contrast. I took book pages, glued 2 pages together, did a little stamping on it, cut it out like a movie ticket. And I think that's kind of cute. I could do that with a little collaging. Let's see, do I have anything that I could put with that? Now that matches that, doesn't it? I don't need that if I'm going to do that, but might need to ink this. That's kind of a cute idea. I think I'll ink the edge. This might not be dark enough. We'll see. Nope, I need more ink on it. Yeah, there we go. I want to see that ink. I'm going to ink this first. I think I need to trim it up. You know what? I'm going to do zigzags. I use these zigzag scissors only for paper. I never use my fabric ones. You know how we are about scissors. Fabric ones are not to be used on paper, ever. They cost too much. I've had my scissors since I was 15 years old. I'm going to ink that. I don't normally ink much in my journals, but I did break down and buy ink from Amazon, and I'm enjoying using it. Okay, this was, cut off a letter. You can see the inside of the envelope. They aren't used. They could be used, but they haven't been. Okay, I want to make sure I don't stay in the seam over here. I'm laying, you can see I'm extending a little bit. I'm going to leave that. But, oh, glue. There I am again. That's typical. It's like putting your paintbrush in your cup of coffee instead of your water cup. How many times have I done that? Do you do things like that? Without thinking, I do these clever things sometimes. All right, I still need something over here, and I do like the circles. You can see this is book page, brown paper sacking, a piece of book page that's blank. I've just staggered them, the circles, and then put a little eyelet, not an eyelet, a pronged, oh my gosh, I can't think of what you call it. It's, anyways, it's one of those pronged metal things that you can put through. So I'm going to put that there. I think that's really cute. I want something under it, though. It just, I don't know, it looks plain, doesn't it? It needs something, and maybe I just need to trim the edge here. Let's see what we can do with this brown paper sacking. I could trim the edge here and then put the circle dot. That's kind of cute. And remember, this is going to have something in it, a tag of some kind. So, yeah, I think that'll look cute. It'll break things up once you fill it with your goodies. All right, so I'm going to glue this down with my glue stick. All right, cap back on. All right, I could put, let's see, do I need anything else? I think I'm just going to do that. Should I center it? Yeah, it has more balance. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and go for it, because I said I'm using only the things on my desk. Anyways, I'd say that's done. I think that looks good. Later on, when I come down to, I'm not gonna put anything trim down at the bottom, because this is the side pocket, and then I have the top pockets and side pockets again. So this is how it's gonna go in my journal. I think that's really cute. Of course, I will do something on these pages, put more pockets on them, or I might lay a layer of tissue on top, because that diffuses the print, and I can still write. You can see the print through it, and I can still write on it, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Let's see. I need a ruler. Oh, I got this at the dollar store. It only cost me $1. Okay, and it's heavy-duty plastic. And my husband took it outside and just did some snips and chopped up the edge for me. So that's how you can get one of these tearing rulers if you want one. It's not necessary. You can tear paper without doing that. I mean, come on. All right, and you still have a twine edge. All right, so I'm going to glue this down now. Do I want it this way? I think I do. I'm going to go this direction. Now I'm going to go this direction. And this is tea-dyed. So I'm going to go around the whole thing. It is a little easier to work on something when you haven't decorated the other side, but it's still doable, as you can see. I like the wrinkles. If you don't like the wrinkles, you can really smooth it out if you want. I tend to keep all my wrinkles, and I like fluff on the edges if I can keep it that way. So I don't really worry about it. I could still write on all of it, wrinkles or not, because it'll eventually press right down as it dries, okay? Let's do that to the other side. So we have more writing space on that side too. You can see I did the glue all over the writing edge, and now I'll press it in. So I get it all over that book page, and then I'm going to leave the edges as is. Let's see how it's doing. Yep. Glues really fast, sticks really fast. Okay, so there you are. Now I've got two writing spaces. I'm going to leave that. I like that. I think I'll put a little more glue so not too much of flops, but I like the extended look of it. Yeah, that's great. Okay. All right, there we go with another double page done with using only scraps around the house, things that come in the mail. So I've got another double page there. Let's do this one, and I'm going to go a different direction with this one. I'm not going to do neutrals. Well, I am going to do neutrals, but it's black and white pictures and so on. And it's not the rag paper. This has really got a nice firmness to it. There's a little bit of a smooth finish to it. But I've got it folded up. I could just keep that like a flip down and put tissue paper here so there's writing space. I could do a collage. I like the idea of the picture. If I do a pocket here, I might want to put something along that edge to indicate where the pocket is. But I don't think I want a pocket over here. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and tear this double edge down, okay? And it's going to be a flip. And so I've got to cut off. It would have been better for me to cut it instead of tearing it, but lesson learned there for that example, okay? There we go. So I'm going to do a pocket there. So I need my liquid glue. Or I could go to the sewing machine and sew the pocket along the two sides. Oh, why is my glue so slow today? Oh, come on. Come on. We're only going to do a double page here. There we go. These were sewn in double pages that I've been working on for my newest journal. And I don't know if this one with the black and white will go in my newest journal because it's all earth tones. But I do have some journal covers made that are basically using a prominent black color. And so I think that'll be perfect. This double page would be perfect for them. I want to indicate that there is a pocket edge here. So I could use the written book page to delineate. Let's see what I've got here. what do I want to use? This is why I try to work with what's on the desk, the table, because I will fiddle with stuff if I have too many choices. All right, I'm going to put, I could use that. It's kind of good. This is a straight edge, and so I could do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right. So it's already glued down. The top edges, the two sides are glued down. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this on the top edge. I'm going to leave it loose for now. Oh, I've been having problems with my glue stick. I don't know if anybody else does, but I do sometimes. If I haven't used them in a while, oh, look how crooked I've got that. That's insane. There we go. All right. Little chance of moving it. I like that. I want something else with it, not tissue paper. Sacking, tissue, candy bar wrapper, ruffle. Let's see, I have some parchment paper. And I'll use a piece of this. Parchment paper is better sewn on. It holds up better, but I'm going to use my liquid glue on it. And that will hold that down, I'm positive, because I do it all the time. Put the straighter edge on the top, near the top. Okay, hold that a minute. Look around my desk and see if there's anything else I want to put on here right now. Okay, put those aside. I had a paper clip with them held together. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, what do I want to add there? Let's see, we're doing a lot of black and whites, but I don't think I want the photographs. And this isn't going in my Earth journal. Let's see what else is here. Oh, that's cute. I can put that in the pocket. Okay, this is a business envelope that you get in the mail. And all I did was lay pieces of book page and receipts, music sheet paper, and then I used cardstock to make a little booklet. I took this sticker and sewed all around it. I picked up the little used book of stickers at a yard sale. That'll look good in there, and that way it gives me something to focus on. Oh, there's my, oops, now I've lost my other wet glue. Hopefully I don't need it. All right, so I've got that. That gives me something to focus on. Let's see. I am experimenting a little bit here with some of the things that I've got. This is going to be a flip down. I just remembered that. But since it's going to be up like this, oh, come on, Val, find something. Find something cute. That's kind of neat. No, not the right size to work with. Let's see, I've got some bird pictures. Oh, I know what I want to do. Let's see, I've got this book of birds. There are some colored ones in the center, but the shame of it is you mess up the ones on the other side. I don't like it when books do that. I love all the pen and ink, though. I'm all about the pen and ink. I think this is a really great picture. I'm going to use one of these since I'm doing a black and white theme. I can probably get most of my decorating out that one book. And now that I think about it, I think that's what I might focus on. And the book is sitting right beside me on another little table next to this one. I propped it up on my glue books. So I'm not using my glue books right now, as you can see. Let me just tear this. Oh my gosh, have I been off screen the whole time again? I bet so. I'm going to keep going because I don't know how to join them together. Join two together. I like that. Gluing that down. Love this woodland scene. Pen and ink drawing. Oh, I like that better. It has more impact. Okay, yeah, that's the one I'm going with. Putting that down just right over the written word. Now this is going to be a flip down. So I want writing space. So I'm going to do my tissue paper trick. Yeah, I'll only do it in that portion of the book page. All right, let's see. Put it over the written word and spread it out. If you work from the middle and go out, you pretty much get rid of all your wrinkles. And like I've shown before, I love rough edges, so I leave that. Okay, that's when it dries, it's going to fold up like that. You pull it down. I need a tab right here. And I noticed that, you know, because of the color there, I could be adventurous and add color on this side. I have these swatches I satin fringed. Takes away from my drawing. The illustration, I'm not going to do that. So I need something here that I can use as a tab. I have a lot of scraps here. How about the ticket? I'll put the ticket like that, one of my tickets. So it doesn't take away from the drawing, but you have a tab. Yep, that's kind of cute. I think I'll do it that way. And I'm just going to staple it on. Okay. I like that. Okay, you know to flip it down. You've got writing space. We still want book page showing. It is a book, right? That's why we use it as a junk journal. I can do a little illustration and put it there if I want. I can take a photograph and stick it there if I'm using it for memories. If I want to jot down thoughts, I've got all that writing space. I think that's a really cute idea. All right, so I've got that. Now what do I want to do on this side? I could do book pages, glue. Let's see. I like that. I'm going to do book page in one section. Let's get it straight as possible. And let me check and see if I'm in the video. Okay, yep. All right. Hope my head didn't just get in it. I hope that y'all have been able to see what I've done here. I'm going to use, I think I might use washi tape on here. Balance out that line that's down below. Okay. What's on this side? The written page. Okay, I've got a little line of bringing in some neutral tones. I'm going to use this. This came from an almanac. Ads in the back that had these lined pieces. And I'm going to glue that down. Of course, the ads are great too. But I want the lines. Since this is a writing journal, you've got a place to do your writing. right there. So we're doing kind of a collaged book page. I'm gonna think about this side. Oh, I got it a little bit crooked. Try not to do that when you do your own. What do I want to do over here? Now, I've got a doily that I tea dyed. That's kind of cute. Wow. Let's see if this would fit. Yeah, it would go, it's a little, I'd have to put it offset or cut some of it off because I'm at the center and I don't want this caught in the center. That flips up and I've got an envelope, okay? It's double page from an almanac. My husband's great. I like that at the top. And it adds a little color. But you can see there's something, you know. Let's see if I've got another one that would, that might be better. You can see it, it's French page, French book page. It's got a pocket here. I don't want to put it at the bottom, and the reason why I don't want to put it at the bottom is I've already got bulk at the bottom, so I'm going to put it at the top, and I'll fill it in with writing pieces of paper. So, and I'll have a tuck spot there if I want. I don't want a pocket here because this is the pocket, but I could have a tuck spot, so I will just glue around the perimeter. So since I'm going to do that, I don't want it quite as big of a swipe of glue that a glue stick puts down. So I'll put this along the bottom and the side. Oh, I did exactly what I didn't want to do. Okay, no, I'm gluing it down now. The whole thing's going down. Typical Val. But anyways, I just walked you through that and where I went the pocket, and then I put the glue on the wrong edge. And that's what I do normally, so I'm used to it. It's frustrating, but anyways, that's where we're at. So now I've got a pocket. No tuck spot, even though I talked about it. Do I want something else here? That's kind of cute. Kind of cute. I think I'll do that. I'm going to cut this in half. Tear it along the line as best as possible. And I'm going to glue it down right there. I love that effect. Yeah, I think that's cute. Now I could put something on that tab, make a little tab for that. I could use a tea bag, folded, little strip of tea bag that I had here that I tore off for another project. I think I will definitely attach that. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. So it kind of saturates it. I think it's a little long. I'm going to tear off a little bit. A little harder to tear when it's doubled. Well, it's really quadrupled, I see. Didn't realize I had it doubled up. Glue, glue, glue. Probably good enough. Right? Put it down a little. Straighten it a little bit. That's cute. All right, gives me a different tone. Now, this was the one with a lot of black, and so I think, let's see, I have some, that's browns. I thought I had some tape that had prominent black colors in it. I only see the browns right now. I want something up here, I think. What do I want to put up there? Let's see, I have a key. cut out from coloring book page. I don't like that. I could put, let's see. Got some pictures on the side here of some fussy cutting. I could put this little lady over here, since we've got pictures of people in the period piece. She's a little more modern, but I hate for her not to show completely. But that would be kind of cute, and it does give a finishing look. I do feel like this needs something, some kind of decorating. Maybe if I ink the edge, that would be enough. I don't normally ink old papers like this, but I think that might. I want something. That won't show in the seam there, but that's okay. I'll put it around here. I don't know, it closes it in a little bit, so it's not floating. I like that. Let's see, I could do a collage of different things. I have birds. I love the birds. Let's see if I got any cut out here that I could use. Let's see, I have this print out from somewhere. I do a lot of ancestral heritage research. It's been a hobby of mine for 20 years at least. When I was a little girl, we visited relatives down in the South. My aunts and uncles that were great aunts and uncles. We'd visit, and Mom and I had to sleep in a feather bed one night. We like to laugh our heads silly because as soon as we got in the bed, we both rolled to the center. It was so fluffy, but not very good sleeping materials. That's kind of cute. Now I could just put that in the pocket, and if I'm putting something in the pocket, do I need anything decorating that top edge? Not really. I don't want to put something up there if I don't really need it, but I still feel like I want something up there. Maybe this. Yeah, it kind of finishes it. All right, I'm going to put this up there. And I need my Elmer's liquid glue for that. And I'm going to just put a glue along that top edge. I think I'll put it this way. No, I'm going to go this way. And I want the ink to show, so I'll put it a little below the top edge. Okay. Oh, I don't want it covering up the center bend. I'd rather have it extend here. If I don't like the extension, I can always cut it off. And then I can put this, well, that's not a pocket. I forgot. That's not going to be a pocket. I'm going to leave it like it is because it's a flip down writing space. And you can put a picture there of, you know, something you and your, I wish I had a picture of my mom and I in the feather bed. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, anyways, I think that's a great double pocket. We've got a pocket here, a flip down. I'm using book pages for everything. I did get a sticker out of a yard sale, and I did buy that lace. Oh, I forgot I didn't even finish this, but it looks finished, doesn't it? Okay, what else can I put on there? What have I got here? Let's move this stuff aside. Let's see what's in my little tray here. I find feathers in the yard. I make these little flowers. I punch out the flowers and I sew them and put little antique buttons on them. I'm I keep saying I hope I'm in frame. I do hope I'm in frame. Nope. Let's see. Some swatches, a poem. That's kind of neat. Doesn't go with her. Oh, I could do a strip of these. That's kind of cute. I like anything, you know, that makes no sense. Make a nuisance of herself. That's what that says. How about the date? Yeah. Okay, that goes from that. So I'm going to put this down. Let's see, I'll use my liquid glue because I've got the parchment paper underneath the baking sheet paper that's been coffee dyed and tea dyed. I use that. I put all my tea dyed papers in a stack on parchment paper, and the color leaches down through all the papers into the baking sheet. And so I get this lovely effect. And it's crinkly, it's noisy, and it's got texture. It's got, you know, all different. You never know what's going to come out. I love it. And when I do my eco drying, you do the same thing with it. Okay, I do want something still in the center of that. No. Oh. It's a woodland scene. Can't really tell that too much. Let's see if I tear it off. There's the trees. And then it goes with that. I think I will use that. Get rid of that cut edge. I'll put that down. Okay, is that enough? Or do I need something else on these pages? Let's see. I like that. The pockets. Cute. You know, it'd be really cute maybe if I put the trim on the top of the pocket. Is that too much? I was trying to, well, they're not going to be center page. Maybe this one should go upside down. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to put the lace on it. Okie doke. Go along the top edge. Close it. Be good to turn it the right way to close it. Okay, this one I'm going to put up, facing up. And I like the way it comes off of the edge, like that. Okay, there we go. And this is a little loose here. I'm going to have to put some more glue down. That's because I use glue stick now that I think about it. Okay, I'm using liquid glue now because I know that's going to hold it. You just never know about your, that's down good. So there we go. Put that back over there. I've got this basket here. I don't know if you can see it. I've got this full of pockets that I've made, and then swatches of, oh, I should take these out so I use them. Edge ruffles, and that's cute. That's neutral. Let's see, on the back of this, do I want to put something like this? No, I can't use it there. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. All right, that's the bottom edge. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? Should I decorate that? The doily, just take away from my doily. No, I think that's really good there because we just need to get in the pocket here, right? Okay, I love that. Yeah, all right, I'm adding that to the doily in the pocket page. Sometimes I do get my pliers out and smash my my staple flatter. Let's see if I can do it here, because it does add bulk. Here we go. Put it like at the bottom of that. And then we have the transition of the color of the book pages. We have some movement. We've got butterfly. I love it. Oh my gosh, look at my fingers. And I've got a couple of journals I'm going to do flip throughs right after this. So I'm going to have to do some scrubbing on there. Okay, so we have writing space. We've got interest all the way around. You can cover it up with any memorabilia that you want to put here. You've got a pocket over here. I love all the handwritten notes on the French book page. Little doily, the butterfly. On this side, we've got a flip down. So you have writing space, and you can put anything on that. And you know it's a flip down because you've got your little ticket there. And over here, we've got a lovely little pocket out of a business envelope and a little booklet, which you could attach some paper in. I might do that. You'll see when I do a walkthrough of this particular journal. I think it's going to turn out really lovely. I still think this needs something. Let's see. I got a bag of buttons here. And I think a button would be cute. Let's see. It needs to be fairly flat. That one's got some rust on it, but no thread. So I don't think I'll use that. This one has thread on it, but it's so white. Let's see what you can do with a white button. Can we stain it? Yeah. All right, there we go. Glue her down. How cute is that? Sometimes I forget to use the stuff I have. Of course, now I'm covering up the trees on that little swatch, but that's okay. It's pen and ink, which I won't say again. Yes, I will. I love pen and ink. All right, so I've got a double pocket decorated on both sides. We've got a pocket decorated, another envelope pocket. Inside, we've got a flip down ticket, pen and ink, lace. On this side, we've got a pocket from French paper with handwritten notes, very old, and an almanac page and a book page and some historical pictures. You can cover those up. You can staple some paper here and have a flip up of paper to write on. And, oh, she's peeking at us to see what we're doing. And then we've got a collage here at the bottom of the butterfly. So I think we did really great there. Different things using different papers. A little piece here is coming up. All righty. Put that back in here. Okay, so now I've done several different pages now. So we've got that one, and I recently did this one, was right before it. Simple, using trash. Okay, and then this one, cut out a fussy cut butterfly. I did buy washi tape, and I had the butterfly book. Okay, and I thought this was cute, the little circles out of book pages, and a map book, old stamps, butterflies cut out of book pages. We've got pockets in the side, pockets at the top. I love it. I hope all this works out for the video. If it doesn't, I'll have to do it all over again, and that's okay. So that's it in a nutshell. Thank you for watching. I hope you stayed to the end, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like. I'm trying to do weekly postings on Sundays at 12 noon with flip-throughs and how-tos. And I'm sorry, I'm doing that because I'm new to YouTube, and I'll try and get my thoughts together. I am in my 70s, and so I want to build this channel up as quickly as possible. I've been working on the junk journals for about 5 years. I am selling them in my shop. It's Folk Art Wings on Etsy.com, and same as my YouTube channel, Folk Art Wings on YouTube. So thank you very much. Come again. Bye bye.